here we go. Here we go again, girls. We are going to talk to you today about dating and how it is to form a relationship with someone once you're about 50 plus, 45, 50 plus. You know, the kids have all gone. You've got rid of your first or maybe even your second husband, and you're on a roll. And you think, oh, now what? Okay, where do I start? Where do you start? Now, I am happily, madly, desperately, obviously, in love with my Rodney. My bloody...
My Rodney.
My Rodney. So I've got him. He's all right, you know, we're okay. But it's these two. This one is looking for Mr. Right. She's looking for Mr. Right now. And we're you know, so I'm gonna be the referee in this one. And I did hear someone talking about a dating app the other day called Bumble. And all I know is that it's a dating app, and it's one of these where you swipe on a picture. So Leslie, would you like to tell us about these dating apps?
Okay, it was a marvellous dating app. And yes, you do. You swipe left if you're not interested.
Is that the same as Tinder?
Yes, the same as Tinder.
Is it the same way you swipe?
Upmarket than Tinder.
Oh, is it?
Well, they're supposed to be.
Well, what's wrong with Tinder then?
The clientele
That's the only
on
one I
Bumble
really
is
know
supposed to
about.
be better. Tinder apparently has got a bit of a reputation for you just going on there because you want to have sex. You're not actually finding a relationship.
Oh,
but Bumble's a little bit more supposed to be upmarket.
Is it though?
Oh, is it though?
Is it though? Am I asking the right person?
So when I split up from my second husband, and I waited a little while before I went on dating app, about 3 weeks. Is that okay?
I don't know.
That's okay.
I wouldn't know.
In my book, that's okay, right? 3 weeks.
So I understand that there's this app called Bumble. I've heard about that one, and that's mainly for girls. Yeah.
Yes,
I think girls do that one.
Yes.
And then there's another one. There's Tinder, and then there's ones like. Is it Plenty of Fish? And that's like a regular kind of dating thing.
Yes, and there's also ones called Our Time and Dating.com. There's some for over 50s.
Right.
But it depends what you're looking for, doesn't it?
So Leslie, tell us
how it works. Okay.
So not that I need to know. I don't need to know.
Okay. So I mean, the thing is, as we get older, ladies, it's a little bit more difficult to meet somebody, isn't it? I don't go into a bar on my own. I don't, you know. So how do you meet somebody? So it's easy, isn't it? When I'm sat at home watching my soaps, and I can go on my Bumble app.
So you're like
left.
Emmerdale, Coronation
and then
Street.
But then sometimes I'll make a mistake, and I'll swipe because you swipe right if you like the look of them. Sometimes if you swipe right, I've got that wrong, and I've swiped right for somebody that you don't want. Well, then you don't have to message them. So the good thing about this app is the women do make the first move. Mm-hmm. So like a lot of the other apps, you get the men contact you first. So you can get rid of all the bad ones. So with Bumble,
what's the bad
this is a great advert.
What's the bad one? What you mean? So it's all about that first initial physical attraction.
Yes.
If you fancy them or not, basically.
Yes. Well, you have a look, and it's incredibly interesting because you'll see the first photo, and the first photo is clearly their best photo, isn't it? So you scroll down, so you don't swipe until you've seen all of the photos.
And do you only see photos, or do you also see a bit of text or interest?
There's a bit of a text, and there's their height, and there's their lots of information about them, whether they're a smoker, whether they're a drinker. So clearly, if they're a non-drinker, I'm swiping left. What point is there going on a date with somebody who doesn't drink? Like, what's the point in that? So you look at the first picture and then you scroll down. As you scroll down, some of the pictures you look and you think, well, that
is not the same as that.
The same as that guy up there. So there's a lot of that. So you do have to. I mean, let's face it. I've been on this app now for 3 years.
So it's not been that successful.
So it's not great, is it? It's not great. However, I have been on dates.
So have you met nice people through it as well?
Yes. And you know what? Actually, it's a nice way to make contacts. When I was here in the summer, I met a great contact of a guy that was a golfer. Of course, I work in golf breaks here in the Algarve as well. It's my fourth job. So I met a lot of contacts, people that are out here playing golf, who I've then kept in contact with on a friendship basis, and that are now clients, golf clients. should I say?
Yeah,
got clients. So it's a great way to network as well, actually, to be fair, isn't it?
Okay.
But I did meet somebody, I hadn't been out here long, and I did meet someone, I thought, he looks okay, a little bit older than me, lived in a house up in the hills, Messines.
Oh, yeah.
I hope he's not watching. Anyway, so I agreed to meet him for a date, and he turned up in his camper van in Villamora.
Lovely.
Where he was staying the night in his camper van, so that it saved him driving back. And then we sat down, we had a drink, we went to a nice Irish bar on the marina, had a drink, and his front tooth came out. And I corked his tooth. I mean, why do you do that? So I'm sat opposite this table with him, he's having a pint of Guinness, I'm having a glass of wine, he's talking, his tooth comes flying out, and I go, and I caught it.
Well, that was good. Well done. That's because you played netball.
Yeah. So I
you
gave
put
his tooth back, and then he put it back in.
Oh, that
dear.
was nice.
That was fine. So we then carried on, because I'm rubbish, and what I should have done was obviously gone into the bar and gone out the back door and then made my way home. No, I don't do that.
No.
So I carried on for another 2 or 3 hours in this company.
No.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for you?
No.
So,
Just, I mean, the tooth thing, that could happen to any of us, right? So.
Not really.
So no, I didn't see him for a second date. And and the other thing, he wanted me to stay in his camper van for the night.
Oh, no.
I mean, I got stuck.
Instead of
right?
well, he's thinking about the money. Instead of booking
I lived close by. I had my own home, so I didn't need
Yeah.
to stay in the camper
No,
van.
so funny.
So I did point that out to him. I didn't need to stay in the camper van. And then I met another one. So this is all going to be about me, this show, I think. So I meet another one who looks very nice, an architect from Lisbon. Boom.
Lovely.
I thought, this is it. So I met him for a coffee on the marina. Lovely. Thought, this is great. Nice, lovely property here in Algarve. Property in Lisbon, this is it, I've made it now, met me millionaire, won't have a yacht, but I'm there. So I meet him for a coffee on the marina, and then he said, do you fancy dinner tonight? I thought, okay. I actually didn't fancy him, I didn't have them fanny flutters.
No. Fanny, what do you call them?
Fanny flutters.
Well, I thought they were butterflies. I mean, I think...
Oh, butterflies is so 1980s. It's fanny flutters, love.
Oh, God.
So I didn't have the fanny flutters, so... Anyway, I thought, he said, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. His tooth didn't come out, so I thought, come on, let's go and have dinner. So I met him at his apartment, which was on the marina in Villamora. He said, come up for a drink and then we'll have dinner. So I go up and have a drink on his balcony, and I said, are we going for dinner? What time are we going for dinner? I didn't feel comfortable
being in his home.
Mm-hmm. So I said, are we going out for dinner? He said, no, I'm cooking. I'm going to cook for us. And I was, I was kind of thinking, because I knew I didn't fancy him at this point, but rather than me just not agreeing to that second date, I did agree to it. So I thought, I got to see this through. So he went into the kitchen to make dinner, and I just sat having a little glass of wine, and I got up, and as I was walking to just go out and find the ladies, he grabbed me, pinned me up against his wall in his dining room, had his hand round here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, trying to kiss me. So I need him in his oranges.
Juicy oranges.
And then I literally ran out of the building.
Wow. That's
not
shocking.
good, is it?
No.
So it's a good... So from that point then, always if you're going to meet anybody on an app that you do arrange, you meet in public, right? I mean, how ridiculous that I go to his place.
Yeah, but that was
the second date.
That was the second date.
It was, but I'd only had coffee for 2 hours, so I didn't know him very well.
But he was taking you to his house where he lived.
Yeah,
you'd have thought
you'd think you'd be safe.
What thing to do?
But I have to say, and as much as I love Portugal, he was Portuguese, and I have found some of the Portuguese. Sorry,
yes,
you're not all the same. I'm not going to
tarnish Portuguese men,
but the Portuguese men that I have, had encounters with.
Encounters. Really?
Encounters.
Shared a cup of tea.
Yes, shared a cup of tea.
That's what I thought you meant. Yeah.
Yeah. I have found them to be very different. The culture's very different, so they're very different, aren't they? I'm not saying that they're all like it, but I have found.
What you mean? They're more domineering.
More domineering. More not just not sensitive. I don't know. Very much like you're my woman. That's it.
I think they want a more submissive woman. That's what they used to.
Maybe the culture here is more like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
I believe so.
And you don't see so many Portuguese women of our age out with their husbands.
No.
When we go out for dinner or
No,
something.
you don't. You see the men out.
Yeah.
See the men
and
out.
younger
see the
women,
husbands
younger
out.
couples, but not maybe women of our age.
No, you
not
don't.
many.
You don't see girls going out with girls. If they go out with their husbands.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
they?
we go out in big groups of girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can always tell where we are because we're the noisy ones in the corner, and screeching and howling, and you know,
for sure.
coming home drunk and things, and doing dreadful things. But
you don't. You don't see groups of Portuguese
like that.
ladies
No.
out, do you? And I can remember chatting to a Portuguese man who was a policeman here, not the GNR, not the one that arrested
Not that one,
me,
another one.
But he was just a friend, so
Have there
we
been a
were
few then?
talking.
No.
No, my children are watching. No,
No,
only been one. It's only been your dad. You've only ever slept with your dad.
Oh my God. Kids. I'm sorry. We'll take them off there. Anyway, go on.
I forgot me to ask.
Which number was it?
Oh no, so he was a friend of mine, policeman, not GNR, but the proper police. I don't even know what they're called, but the proper police. And he said that it is very different here. And he said he did have a wife, but a lot of the men they do have mistresses. A little bit like the French. I mean, the French men
Spanish,
are like that. The Spanish, where they're. And I'm not saying it's more acceptable. I guess it's not more acceptable, but it seems to be more of the culture here.
Yeah.
In the UK, a woman, if she found out her husband had a mistress, would be it.
Generally it's not acceptable, is it?
No, it's not acceptable.
But it's also because we can have our lives without men. I mean, it's like we're independent, we work, we're educated, so there is a big difference, isn't it? I don't know enough about the women here, but I would imagine, like we talked about before, about the expenses and the salaries. And if you can't afford to have your own place and have your own family on your own, you're not going to kick him out, are you? You're not going to accept
I don't think the safety net here is the same.
Exactly.
Is it? Not that the social security system is not enough for.
So maybe women put up with it a lot
Maybe
more
more than they should.
And a Catholic, and I mean, it's still very new to get a divorce in the Catholic religion, isn't it? So it's not something you didn't know. You just you sorted your problems and you stayed married, didn't you? Yeah. I dated a Portuguese guy as well for a few years, and
here in Portugal.
Yes, that's why I came here originally. Like, very, very sexy man. Testosterone. But like you say, the culture was not possible. I mean, I'm so independent, and he really liked to, put me in a place, expecting him to find me in the same place, hours or days or weeks or years later, and he's like, no, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that was
it's weird, isn't it?
Huge culture clash.
Yeah.
Huge.
Especially down here in the south, I would say.
You think there's a difference?
I would think so, yeah. I think it's more traditional down here, isn't it? Than say if you were in a city like Lisbon.
Probably. Yes.
Probably.
I don't know. I would
You're
just imagine
right.
that that's the case because obviously it's much more cosmopolitan up there, isn't it?
True. That being said, I did date a lawyer in Portugal or in Lisbon actually, and we met some kind of network. I can't remember, probably on Facebook, and it was actually a little bit professional. So it felt kind of safe, and we decided to meet for a coffee. And we did, and he said, should we go to his place and have a drink? And I mean, I'm Swedish and blonde, and I'm thinking, we can go to your apartment and have in my case, a glass of water. God. But I mean, he jumped me when we came in. I just had to push him away and leave. So, I think it's, and I mean, that's Lisbon. It's a lawyer. I think he's well educated. Very rude.
So that was the same as this guy that I'm. He was architect from Lisbon, lived in Lisbon.
Yeah.
So there we go. So your theory about them all being like
Algarve, your theory is dead.
No, that's a cultural thing. Then it sounds like, but
or we just
I did go on, and I've got to tell you that it's just come to mind. Another date I went on. I met this chap on.
Do you know, it sounds like such hard work, all of this.
It is hard work.
You should be lucky you have.
I am.
Yes, it is hard work.
Yeah, I'll
stick with Rod. Stick with Rod. And all your cats, love. Stick with all your cats. So I went out on this date once, and the guy was waiting for me in the bar. So I went in, obviously recognised him as soon as I'd gone in the bar, because I recognised him from his picture. And he stood at the bar, and I said, oh, hi, I'm Leslie. So I'm I think it was Michael. I'm Michael. And the barmaid is serving him a pint, just pouring him a pint. And she's like that, going like that. And he's going, oh, the barmaid is going, oh, I love the way you're pulling the pint. He's going, show us your jugs. Really? And I just turned up for this date with this guy.
No.
And I went, oh.
So did you stay long?
Oh, well, yes, because that's me, isn't it? So rather than me just walking away.
Do you not do this thing that I've seen, you know, like you don't have a friend phone you after 20 minutes. You go, oh, I've got to go. Sorry,
well, I
emergency.
did get my way out of it eventually.
Yeah.
So we got the drink. So I thought, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So I sat down with him, but it got worse. So that was obviously his character. It was no wonder he was single, never married. No wonder. And then I picked up my phone and I went, oh, my daughter's just phoned. Oh, I've got to get back and babysit. Because this was just before I moved out here. I've got to go back and babysit. And he looked at me and he said, have you? Yes, she's just messaged me.
So sorry.
Didn't hear your phone ping. It's on silent. God, you're so needy. So I jumped up and off I went. And then he messaged me when I got back to my daughter saying, I think you did leave too quickly. And I said, well, no, I did generally have to get back to babysit.
Yes.
And then he put, just tell me you don't want to be with me. It's simple. Simple as that, just tell me.
Oh. Which it is, though.
So I just went,
he's kind of right, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Because you are,
Well, you're trying to be polite, I suppose.
I do, but I mean, English people are sometimes overly polite.
Aren't you? Well, I think one of the reasons was because he'd got on a train and he'd come quite a distance, so I then feel sorry. And then he said, oh, I've booked a hotel for the night.
What, for both of you?
Well, he just said I've booked. Yes, he actually said I've booked as a hotel.
This is what people think.
Yes.
That's the common thread
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So you go on a date and one of these agents
This is why we're still single, because we obviously can't
you
the
don't
we don't put out.
jig a jig.
Yeah, we don't put
I
out.
have friends and they say they're not cheap with their bodies. They just they kind of give it away. So it's just different types, isn't it?
I suppose if that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what
I knew someone that used to do that Tinder thing, and she used to think it was great. She'd tell us how quickly she got into bed with someone, and I think she told me her record was 12 minutes after arriving at their house that they were, doing naughties. Yeah. But she used to think that was great.
No.
It doesn't seem good to me.
And I like my bed to
No.
myself anyway, as you know. I like my bed to
We
myself.
have a big bed.
I'm not too
Do you guys
fussy.
do you think that guys would say no if we wanted it? I mean, if we were there just to get physical, would they say no? I mean, the
No.
tendency is that guys just, whatever you offer them, they're not that fuzzy.
I don't know.
Maybe we need to ask. If there's any men watching this, could you write in and tell us the answer? Would you turn us down?
Please write in the comments. Is that true or not?
No, I think it's really sad.
I think as we get older, there's a massive difference as well, because the dating when you're older as well is definitely different to when you're in your 20s.
So are you still attracted? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but are they the guys that you're meeting? Are they the same age as you, or are they younger or older?
Yes, I did date a few that were younger than me, and actually a lot younger than me. But you soon realise that you have nothing in common. You can't have a conversation because you don't lived in different generations. So I prefer men that are my age.
Also, so
definitely.
when they go on the dating apps, do they want girls who are younger than
they
them?
they do.
Sure.
So you put your age in, you put what you're looking for, and I think my bracket, I am saying that
quite broad.
Is 25 to 70. No, it's
Danielle's
not.
watching this.
No, I think I put in something like 48 to 58 or something. Because I'm 56, so. But
Okay.
I have dated a couple of guys that are older in their 60s, but they just haven't got enough life for me, I don't think, once they go over 60.
No, it's nice. Rod's a little
Sorry,
bit
Rod.
But it's nice. It's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice. It's like not demanding or anything.
Are you generally attracted to older men? Or is that just a Rod thing?
I'm just trying to think about previous husbands and things. There might have been one
Takes
or two.
quite a while.
I know. Hang on a minute. Let me
How many times have you been married?
No, this is done.
brush it
I think, yeah, actually, I did have one husband who was the same age as me.
What, and the rest of them have been older?
Yeah.
You've not had any younger then? You don't go for younger
No,
guys?
no, that's just like, ooh.
I know
creepy.
two guys who were older than me. Otherwise, they were younger or the same age.
Yeah.
I promised when I had my son that I would never date anybody younger than my son.
Yeah, that's
That's a good level.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I kept. Yeah.
I know, that's right. And I think my son said to me, and now that you're
So how old is your son?
26.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but you're right. If they become too young, I mean, it's not, you can't talk about nothing. It's not interesting. I don't get the guys our age who then get girls who are 25 or 26 or whatever.
That's so empty-headed, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, all young girls. We didn't mean empty-headed. We just mean you're very far apart
From us. That's what I mean.
Yes.
But I do think that older men, especially older men that have got a bit of wealth, will go for the younger girls, and the younger girls are happy to be with the older man if they've got money. I would know for a fact if they didn't have money,
they would not.
And I don't blame them.
Do you know, that would never do it for me. In my past life, obviously, I had opportunities to. Several guys who are ridiculously wealthy said, "Oh, marry me, I'll take you away from all of this." I thought, no thanks, mate, because I didn't love them.
No,
and how is that
and
being
you've got
honest?
to spend time with them, haven't you? And
if you don't want to do, thingy with them
Yeah.
or love them, that's just not for me.
And it's also about just wanting to be in somebody's company, isn't it? It's something as simple as sat on the sofa watching the telly of an evening and wanting to be with that person. And not it doesn't matter whether they've got money or not, does it really?
No, it's not about that.
As long as you're sat with somebody that you want to sit with, I mean, they've got to have some money, right? Let's be honest.
I do not mind, I must say.
You don't mind?
No, I want a
think
personality. I want a happy, positive person who embraces life
But
and loves
with a
traveling.
home, they've got to have a home.
Well, I don't want a homeless guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Obviously.
So you don't want a tramp or a homeless guy.
No, I just want a regular guy.
Yeah, they've got to have
I
something.
don't really want a guy, but if I wanted a guy, I wanted a regular guy, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose once you get to sort of our age, you should probably, most people have got sort of something behind
Well, of
them.
course,
or
but
something.
a lot of the men that I have met, they have been where they've got divorced and the wives have got everything, then they're left with nothing. So that I have,
I've got
been
a
out
friend
dating
who's
men like
I've got a friend
that.
who's divorced very well several times, and I don't know how they've achieved that. I never have.
No. So on that note,
Yeah.
we're all trying to achieve something.
No, well, I'm not. I just like to squeeze those juicy oranges.
That's
So
it.
I hope you've enjoyed our discussion about dating. Any other topics you want us to talk about for you? Cheers. We'll do that soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care. See you very soon.